all written tests will be scored twice by 2 different people. Tiebreakers for scoring the written portion of the competition will be in this order. Bonus words first, a seed of words, and then the coin flip. So we use usually we use the bonus words. If we have a tie for the 10th spot, we'll go to the bonus words. And then if that's still tied after that, we go from the hardest words to the words that are less hard. After the written portion of the spelling bee, the top 10 contestants will be seated in the order of their scores on the written test. The speller with the highest score will be 1, the next highest 2, and so on. The oral portion of the bee will commence with speller 10 going first, followed by 9, 8, etc. So we're going to start with the written competition first, and I will turn it over to Mrs. Disarray.
Actually, Ruth, if you'd like to do this portion, you can. I was planning on reading the 25 words. For the audience here, let's give these kids one more round of applause here. Let's get rid of the jitters here. We used to have them do this portion out in the auditorium lobby, but we thought it'd be more fun to put them up on stage, so we started doing that last year so everyone gets a flavor. Again, right now, it's a written competition, boys and girls. There are 25 words. Now, right now, you should have a sheet. If your name is not on top, we'd really appreciate it if you put your name on top of that sheet so we can identify you after we're done. I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't say make sure you keep your eyes on your own paper. Of course, we all will. Do the absolute best you can. For the students in competition, all of the words here were selected from a list that we received, and they're either in the 5th, 6th, 7th, or 8th grade word bank. So just so we're on the same page. On the sheet that you have right now, there are 25 blanks, and I'll be reading a word, and then I'll put the word in a sentence, and we'll try to keep the repeats to a minimum. Can everyone give me a thumbs up, boys and girls, if you can hear me okay? All right? Am I getting all thumbs up? Awesome. On the back side, just check too, just to make sure we didn't have any errors. You should have 5 bonus words on the back. So what we'll do is we'll read 25 words right now. We'll have you spell them. We would ask people in the audience, if you have a cell phone, please turn it off or put it in vibrate mode just to keep the noises down here. And I want all of you to know on stage, we're proud of you already. And I know you take this competition very seriously, and we do too. We want to make sure that we're doing this the right way. All right? So we do take this very seriously like you. We are proud of you no matter how well you do. Just do your absolute best. And here we go. Your name should be on the paper. Word number 1, endure. I can hardly endure the cold weather. Endure. Word number 2, forbidden. He was forbidden to play video games for a week. Forbidden. Word number 3, which goes in blank line number 3, turmoil. There is a lot of turmoil in the Middle East. Turmoil. Number 4, disarray. Mary's room is in disarray. Disarray. Number 5, ailment. A cold is an ailment that affects many people during the winter. Ailment. Rob, if that was my radio, can you please shut it off in the back? I apologize. Word number 6. Situation. John stayed calm during the stressful situation. Situation. Word 7, morale. The morale of the troops was low. Morale. Number 8, freight. The freight on the truck was mostly in boxes. Freight. Number 9, agitation. Losing your car keys can cause you agitation. Agitation. Word number 10, correlation. There is a correlation between strong unions and student achievement. Correlation. Number 11, lucrative. He said higher yields would allow farmers to devote some of their land to other lucrative crops. Lucrative. Word number 12, asylum. Camille went mad and spent her last 30 years in an asylum. Asylum. Word number 13, travesty. What a travesty of misplaced priorities this would be. Travesty. Word number 14, photogenic. Besides being beautiful, she was exceptionally photogenic. Photogenic. Word number 15, congressional. The congressional record is the official daily record of the debates and proceedings of the U.S. Congress. Congressional. Word number 16, extinguish. The fire department wanted to extinguish the fire before it spread to other buildings. Extinguish. Word number 17, cumbersome. Taking a spelling test every day can be cumbersome. Cumbersome. Word number 18. Quadrillion. Can you count up to a quadrillion? Quadrillion. Word number 19. Perceived. The temperature was perceived as being colder than it actually was. Perceived. Word number 20. Chancellor. Mr. Shepard plays a vice chancellor of a large university. Chancellor. Word number 21. Circumstantial. The evidence in the court case was circumstantial. Circumstantial. Number 22, bazooka. I like to chew the Bazooka brand bubblegum. Bazooka. Word number 23, follicle. The hair follicle consists of 2 layers. Follicle. Word number 24, encryption. The idea of encryption is to make a message unreadable except to the receiver. Encryption. Word number 25, arraignment. The judge at arraignment will not grant a defendant's request to dismiss any charges. Arraignment. Now before we move on to the back side, I'm going to have the adults here help out. If there's any repeat where you just really didn't hear the word, we will just take a moment here. Emma? And have the adults tell me the number. 17 is cumbersome. Taking a test every day can be cumbersome. 19, perceived.
Number
23, follicle.
7,
Morale. 7 is morale. 13, travesty. Okay, we'll have all students turn it over. There should be 5 more for the back side. Now this is in case there is a tiebreaker and also will be used for seeding the top 10, ranking you if you will. So we're almost through this, you guys. You're doing great. Number 1 for the tiebreaker words on the back side. Number 1, rejuvenate. A week at the spa will rejuvenate me. Rejuvenate. Word number 2, illustrious. Receiving an A for a grade is an illustrious achievement. Illustrious. Number 3, annihilation. The nuclear bomb led to the annihilation of all mankind. Annihilation. Number 4, appellate. Your appeal will be held in an appellate court. Appellate. Number 5, collegiate. UW-Stevens Point is a collegiate school. Collegiate. Okay, and then we'll just do a quick check here. Any repeats needed on the last 5 words only? Number 4, appellate. Number 5, collegiate. All right, I want all the students just put your pencils down, push your chairs in, and you can go and relax with your family and friends here back in the audience. For people in the crowd here, we'll need the judges, we'll need a little time here to correct these, and then we'll announce the top 10, and we'll begin the oral competition in a few short minutes. Thank you, everybody. And Rob, if you've got the music, we could go for some music again, please. It's always good for the moment. Top 10, back to Mr. Paul Clifford. Mr. Clifford?
Okay. First of all, I'll just, again, like to congratulate everyone who participated today. These words were very difficult, but we did have a clear delineation between the top 10 and the people who did not get to the top 10, so we did not need to use the tiebreaker words for the top 10. To get in the top 10, you needed to get a score of 17 out of 25. So I will start with the student with the top score, and while that is important because that person will sit on number 1, and you'll fill in the chairs this way because the top scorer will get the last word in the oral spell out. So the top written test was Jacob Novich. Jacob, come on up. Jacob sits in chair number 1, and he put something. Did he put that on? Yep. There you go. The second one was Bradley Draxler. Number 3 was Ellie Holsinger. Number 4 was Ben Pryor. Number 5, Kelsey Belfiore. Deppis. Our next speller, Jacob Madsen. Macy Marion. Next is Emma Yeager. And finally, Jacob Zielinski.
While he's getting up there, then Mr. Klippel, what I'll have you do for the boys and girls up there, now we have 10 students, that is our top 10. Let's give them a round of applause here. We want to make sure that they're relaxed. There is going to be a practice round here, and every student's going to get a chance to use the microphone. First of all, though, I would have Mr. Klippel just go through the Part B, the single elimination rules right now, so we're all crystal clear on how this is going to work. Go ahead, Mr. Klippel.
Okay, this is Part B, and the contest will be conducted so one person is eliminated at a time, proceeding in the order that the top 10 spellers have been seated. Any speller that misspells a word will be immediately eliminated from the competition. Using this process, competitors will be eliminated until there are only 3 spellers remaining. The fourth to last person remaining in the spelling bee will be deemed the alternate for the purposes of the regional spelling bee. And the top 3 students in the spelling bee will advance to the regional competition and participate in Part C. So when we get down to 3 people left, then the rules change a little bit. So that is the rules. Mr. Byer, I'll let you take over next.
All right, and then for the students here, it is single elimination. In other words, if you spell the word wrong, you are going to be out of the competition. Round play begins when we get down to 3 people. At this time then, we are going to turn it over to our pronouncer, and that is Mrs. Ruth Desjardins. And Mrs. Desjardins, we're just going to be working on the oral practice list, so we'll start with contestant number 10. We'll have that person go up to the microphone, and at this time then, we'll do a mic check for Mrs. Desjardins. Let's just do a quick check on that one, Ruth.
Testing, testing.
Okay, boys and girls, now you need to make sure on the stage, if you are not able to hear her, you do have to speak up. Now, Mr. Klippel, we're going to do this one by one here. We're going to let number 10 just get a practice word, get comfortable with the microphone. And if you could on the back side then go through some more procedures for the students here after each one of these kids go, maybe just read 1 through 6. Mr. Klippel, that would probably work fast.
That's why I'm going to do the practice first.
Yeah, so let's do the practice here first. Mrs. Desjardins, we'll start with that first word, practice word.
All right, so I'll say the word and use it in a sentence and then repeat the word. And if you want to say the word, spell the word, and then repeat the word, we'll know you're finished. All right? So, nap. Grandma takes a nap every afternoon. Nap.
Nap. My grandma naps. N-A-P. Nap.
And you don't have to say the sentence, all I have to do is spell it.
Yeah, that's okay. That's why we're practicing. And I believe our judges, will you be... Yep. So,
You spelled it right.
diddling, yay. All right.
Okay, contestant 10, you can be seated. There was your practice word. Contestant number 9. And again, if you might want to do this, boys and girls, say the word, spell it, and say it again. It kind of helps the judges know that you understood the word, and it helps us know when you are done with the word.
Leg. The dog bit Tony's leg. Leg.
Leg. L-E-G. Leg.
Next, Macy. Cup. Please add coffee to my cup. Cup.
Cup. C-U-P. Cup.
Ham. We had ham for dinner. Ham.
Ham. H-A-M. Ham.
Okay, before number 6 goes up, I'm going to interject. Have a seat for 1 second. You guys are getting the hang of this, but I'm going to have Mr. Klippel just go through the rules now. Mr. Klippel, with number, I'd have you read number 1, please, on the back side, starting with in competition, so we get through all this during the practice round then.
Okay, rule number 1. In competition, after the announcer gives the speller a word, the speller will be encouraged to pronounce the word before spelling it and after spelling it. The judges may not disqualify a speller for failing to pronounce the word either before or after spelling it. However, the judges will know that the speller is done if he or she pronounces the word after spelling it, and the pronouncer will be assured that the speller has heard the word correctly if he or she pronounces it before beginning to spell.
Okay, the next contestant can now go to the microphone. Go ahead, number 6.
Glad. I was glad to be back home. Glad.
Glad. G-L-A-D. Glad.
Okay, back to Mr. Klippel and number 2.
The speller may ask the pronouncer to say the word again, define it, give the part of speech, and or use it in a sentence. The pronouncer shall grant all such requests until the judges agree that the word has been made reasonably clear to the contestant. Judges may disqualify any speller who ignores a request to start spelling.
Contestant number 5, you can go to the mic.
Drum. He continued to bang on the drum. Drum.
D-R-U-M. Drum.
Number 3 for Mr. Klippel, please.
If a word has one or more homonyms, the pronouncer will indicate which word is to be spelled. If the listed word is not properly identified, either by defining it or using it in a sentence, the correct spelling of any homonym of the word will be expected.
And for the record, we did eliminate all homonyms here today to keep it simple. Next contestant, number 4, go ahead.
Tell. Please tell us what really happened. Tell.
Don't worry about it, Ben. He'll pick up your voice.
Tell. T-E-L. Tell.
You needed one more.
I think he said 2 L's, didn't you? P-E-L-L? That's what I thought I heard.
Okay, it is a practice round, and if we need to adjust the microphone too, that one, it does go up and down, and we can turn the mic as well.
Okay,
So I just want to make sure that won't be a problem.
I can do that for him next time.
All right, super duper. Next rule then, Paul?
Number 4, having started to spell a word, a speller may stop and start over, retracing the spelling from the beginning. But in retracing, there can be no change of letters or their sequences from those first pronounced. If letters or their sequences are changed in the respelling, the speller will be eliminated. In other words, a speller cannot correct himself even while it is his or her turn.
Yes. Went. I went to the store to get milk. Went.
Went. W-E-N-T. Went.
Rule number 5, protests may be filed by anyone, the speller, parent, teacher, etc., wishing to reinstate a speller into the contest, but will not be heard from any individual seeking to dislodge another speller from the competition. Deadline for filing a protest is before the speller affected would have received his or her next word that he or she stayed in the contest. No protest will be entertained after that word has been given to another speller. Protests should be verbally made to a designated person immediately or upon the completion of a round. It is especially important to speak up right away when there are only 2 or 3 spellers left.
Spin. If you spin too much, you will get dizzy. Spin.
Spin. S-P-I-N. Spin.
And the final rule, judges are in complete control of the competition. Their decisions are final. Spelling bees are not unlike sporting events in which referees call the plays as they see them. Players do not always agree with the decisions or like them, but accept them as part of good sportsmanship.
Drop. Try not to drop mom's favorite vase. Drop.
Drop. D-R-O-P. Drop.
All right, I want to thank Mr. Klippel for your help. And now here's our top 10. And for the pronouncers and for also the judges, we are looking now at the 2014 School Pronouncer Guide. We are starting this year with word 59. Again, you should turn to your packets. I believe it's on page 21. The first word is 59. Also, we did eliminate all homonyms, and they should be marked in your book, and we did skip them for the pronouncer, and we'll watch for that up here in the booth as well, so we're not doing any of those words that are X'd out. So once again, for the students, it is now single elimination. We would ask that you state the word, spell it, and state the word again. You state it twice. Once so we know you heard it, the second time so we know when you are done. And just to review one other fact here, you can ask the pronouncer to say the word again, define it, give the part of speech, and or use it in a sentence. So you do have those rights. We would ask as well to make sure that you speak into the microphone clearly so the judges can hear you. Thank you to all those involved and best of luck. Mrs. Disarray. And contestant number 10, please approach the mic.
Honor. David attended a dinner in honor of his retiring principal. Honor.
Honor. Honor. Honor.
Number 9.
Barge. Loaded with coal, the barge moved slowly down the river. Barge.
Barge. B-A-R-G-E. Barge.
Contestant number 8.
Saying. She often wondered the origin of the saying, "Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater." Saying.
Saying. S-A-Y-I-N-G. Saying.
Number 7.
Actress. Kara wants to become an actress. Actress.
Actress. A-C-T-R-E-S-S. Actress.
Contestant number 6.
Really. She was very angry and didn't really mean what she said. Really.
Really. R-E-A-L-L-Y.
Contestant number 5.
Energy. Sue claimed that you lose energy as you get older. Energy.
Energy. E-N-E-R-G-Y. Energy.
Contestant number 4.
Royal. The prince and his bride honeymooned on the royal ship. Royal.
Royal. R-O-Y-A-L. Royal.
Number 3.
Market. She loved going to the flea market with her grandpa. Market.
Market. M-A-R-K-E-T. Market.
Number 2.
Pastel. Mrs. Cooper selected bold rather than pastel colors for her bedroom. Pastel.
Pastel. P-A-S-T-E-L. Pastel.
And number 1.
Scarecrow. She jumped at the sight of an old scarecrow. Scarecrow.
Scarecrow. S-C-A-R-E-C-R-O-W. Scarecrow.
Okay, let's give these kids a round of applause here. Everyone completed successfully their first word. And again, it is single elimination. You want to make sure you do not mess up the order of the letters because you cannot correct them once you start. We should now be on word 69 and back to contestant number 10 here.
Bucket. Georgie let Liza know that there was a hole in her bucket. Bucket.
Bucket. B-U-C-K-E-T. Bucket.
Number 9.
Birthday. Gloria's dad always baked her favorite cake for her birthday. Birthday.
Birthday. B-I-R-T-H-D-A-Y. Birthday.
Number 8.
Inched. Melinda inched quietly toward the door so as not to wake her sleeping brother. Inched.
Inched. I-N-C-H-E-D. Inched.
Number 7.
Comma. That sentence needed a comma. Comma.
Comma. C-O-M-M-A. Comma.
Number 6.
Princely. The generous donation to the hospital was cheered as a princely gesture. Princely.
What was the word again?
Princely.
Princely. P-R-I-N-C-E-L-Y.
Number 5.
Frump. Mr. Collins was a frump who was always talking about the good old days. Frump.
Frump. F-R-U-M-P. Frump.
Number 4.
Take it off for him. Publish. She decided to publish her own book. Publish.
Publish. P-U-B-L-I-S-H. Publish.
Number 3.
Mortal. The diver's cage protected him from receiving a mortal wound from a shark. Mortal.
Moral. M-O-R-A-L. Moral.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. Mortal is M-O-R-T-A-L.
Okay, let's give contestant number 3 a round of applause here. And contestant number 3 will have you go right back in the audience, please. We'll leave that right there. Thank you very much. Contestant number 2.
Software. To protect her computer, Julia installed the latest antivirus software. Software.
Software. S-O-F-T-W-A-R-E. Software.
Contestant number 1.
Confess. He had to confess to his parents that he received a low grade on the test. Confess.
Confess. C-O-N-F-E-S-S. Confess.
Okay, round of applause here. We made it through round number 2 here, or the second word I should say. Back to contestant number 10. Back up to the microphone. We should be on word 83.
Empower. Mr. Hartman believed that a good education will empower his students to become successful adults. Empower.
Empower. E-M-P-O-W-E-R. Empower.
Number 9.
Infant. The class showed him how to properly hold an infant. Infant.
Infant. I-N-F-A-N-T. Infant.
Number 8.
Possible. Do you think it's possible to win the lottery twice? Possible.
Possible. P-O-S-S-I-B-L-E. Possible.
Number 7.
Shortfall. The city government had a shortfall in its budget. Shortfall.
Shortfall. S-H-O-R-T-F-A-L-L. Shortfall.
Number 6.
Payment. She bought pizza for her friends as payment for them helping her. Payment.
Payment. P-A P-A-Y-M-E-N-T. Paint.
Number 5.
Motion. The dancers' every motion were very precise and graceful. Motion.
Motion. M-O-T-I-O-N. Motion.
4.
Arrow. After lots of practice, he finally got his arrow to hit the bullseye. Arrow.
Arrow. A-R-R-O-W. Arrow.
Number 2.
Million. Danae felt like she had a million things to do before the semester ended. Million.
Million. M-I-L-L-I-O-N. Million.
Number 1.
Thawed. Marcus waited until the meat thawed before he grilled it. Thawed.
Thawed. T-H-A-W-E-D. Thawed.
Back to number 10. And we're on word 93.
Piracy. Charged with piracy, Blackbeard was hunted down by government warships. Piracy.
Piracy. P-I-R-A-C-Y. Piracy.
Number 9.
Cowlick. Without a lot of hair gel, Queenie's cowlick caused her bangs to stick straight up. Cowlick.
Could you repeat the word?
Cowlick.
Cowlick. C-O-W-L-I-C-K. Cowlick.
Number 8.
Theater. The theater was so large that Irwin had a hard time finding his seat before the play started. Theater.
Theater. T-H-E-A-T-E-R. Theater.
Number 7.
Alpha. In social animals, the alpha animal is the individual in the community with the highest rank. Alpha.
Alpha. A-L-P-H-A. Alpha.
Number 6.
Scorpion. The scorpion has been on Earth a long time. Scorpion.
Scorpion. S-C-O-R-P-I-O.
Number 5.
Lumberjack. Paul Bunyan is a legendary giant lumberjack. Lumberjack.
Lumberjack. L-U-M-B-E-R-J-A-C-K. Lumberjack.
Number 4.
Build up your muscles while you're here too. Brain power and brawn there. Huh? Ledge. Parker's mother grows parsley and rosemary on a sunny ledge in her kitchen. Ledge.
Ledge. L-E-D-G-E. Ledge.
Number 2.
Podium. Sean's biggest dream was to stand on the Olympic podium. Podium.
Podium. P-O-D-I-U-M. Podium.
Number 1.
Legacy. Tim worked hard to maintain his family's legacy of charity. Legacy.
Legacy. L-E-G-A-C-Y. Legacy.
Number 10. And we're now on word 105.
Premium. Jose didn't mind paying a little more on his cable bill for the premium channels. Premium.
Premium. P-R-E-M-I-U-M. Premium.
Number 9.
Basically. We prefer to believe all people are basically the same on the inside. Basically.
Basically. B-A-I-S-I-C-A-L-L-Y. Basically.
I'm sorry, that's incorrect. Basically, it's B-A-S-I-C-A-L-L-Y.
Let's give contestant number 9 a big round of applause here, you guys. Be proud of your work, each and every one of you students here. Next contestant number 8, word 107.
Awash. The amusement park was awash with children on that beautiful summer day. Awash.
Awash. A-W-A-S-H. Awash.
Number 7.
Entrance. The entrance to the secret garden was so covered in ivy it was almost impossible to find. Entrance.
Entrance. E-N-T-R-A-N-C-E. Entrance.
Number 6.
Logical. After she broke a vase, it was the logical thing to know that she was grounded. Logical.
Logical. L-O-G-I-C-A-L. Logical.
Number 5.
Moviegoer. As an avid moviegoer, Roger wanted to be a film critic. Moviegoer.
Moviegoer. M-O-V-I-E-G-O-E-R. Moviegoer.
Number 4.
Stubble. The unusual appearance of stubble on Bob's face must mean he's trying to grow a beard. Stubble.
Stubble. S-T-U-B-B-L-E. Stubble.
Introverted. Rebecca's introverted personality made it hard for her to meet new people. Introverted.
Introverted. I-N-T-R-A-V-E-R-T-E-D. Introvert.
Sorry, introverted is I-N-T-R-O-V-E-R-T-E-D. Introverted.
Let's give contestant number 2 a round of applause here. And number 1, now with the mic, word 114.
Enviable. His ability to spell on stage under pressure was enviable. Enviable.
Enviable. E-N-V-I-A-B-L-E. Enviable.
Back to contestant number 10, word 115.
Merge. The owners have plans to merge their smaller companies into one large one. Merge.
Merge. M-E-R-G-E. Merge.
Number 8.
Taught. Bryce's cousin taught him how to juggle. Taught.
Taught. T-A-U-G-H-T. Taught.
Number 7.
Quaver. She tried not to let her voice quaver as she gave a presentation to the class. Quaver.
Quaver. Q-U-A-V-E-R. Quaver.
Contestant number 6.
Wren. A wren came to the bird feeder outside the window. Wren.
Wren. W-R-E-N. Wren.
Number 5.
Lawyer. Trisha's parents thought that her hiring a lawyer to negotiate bedtimes with them was a little much. Lawyer.
Lawyer. L-A-W-Y-E-R. Lawyer.
Number 4.
Bassoon. Kirk plays bassoon in the symphony. Bassoon.
Bassoon. B-A-S-S-O-O-N.
Number 1.
Trifle. Though the bracelet from her grandmother was worth only a trifle, she treasured it always. Trifle.
Trifle. Trifle. Trifle.
Okay, and number 10. Come on up to the mic, and I want to remind students to please say the word at the beginning and again at the end so our judges know when you are complete. Thank you.
Permission. Before he could go on the field trip, Zai had to get permission. Permission.
Permission. Permission. Permission.
Number 8.
Carriage. Cinderella's carriage was a pumpkin that her fairy godmother had transformed to take her to the ball. Carriage.
Carriage. C-A-R-R-I-A-G-E. Carriage.
Number 7.
Bolide. What May thought was a UFO turned out to actually be a bolide. What was the word? Bolide? Am I saying that correctly? I think.
Bolide. B-O-W-L-I-G-H-T. Bolide.
I'm sorry. Bolide. B-O-L-I-D-E.
Okay, let's give number 7 a round of applause here. That was a tough word. These again do go in the order. We are all marked here, just following the books. Contestant number 6, please.
Cohesive. His rumpled appearance was not cohesive with his wealth. Cohesive.
Cohesive. C-O-H-E-S-I-V-E. Cohesive.
I'm sorry, that cohesive is C-O-H-E-S-I-V-E.
Let's give number 6 a round of applause. Contestant number 5.
Genetic. She often wondered if being a klutz was genetic. Genetic.
Genetic. G-E-N-E-T-I-C. Genetic.
Number 4.
Forbidden. After almost driving the lawnmower into a pond, Lori was forbidden to mow ever again. Forbidden.
Forbidden. F-O-R-B-I-D-D-E-N.
Number 1.
Mugwump. In the Harry Potter books, the head of the International Confederation of Wizards is deemed the supreme mugwump.
Could I hear the word one more time, please?
Mugwump?
Mudwump. M-U-D-W-U-M-P. Mudwump.
I'm sorry, it's M-U-G-W-U-M-P.
Okay, let's give contestant number 1 a round of applause. Now at this point, I'm just going to pause here, give everyone a breather. We have 4 students on the stage. It's still in single elimination with contestants 10, 8, 5, and 4. The next person eliminated will be the alternate in the regional competition. So if one of the top 3 contestants would not be able to make it, I believe it is next week, we have that information here at the end, then the alternate would be the person going in their place. So again, contestant number 10, I believe we're on word 132.
Vouch. Rosemary calmly told the detective that she had several people willing to vouch for her whereabouts on the night of the crime. Vouch.
Vouch. V-O-U-C-H. Vouch.
Number 8.
Avenge. Tom promised to avenge his sister's loss in the snowball fight. Avenge.
Avenge. A-V-E-N-G-E. Avenge.
Number 5.
Morale. Student morale improved after the school was renovated. Morale.
Morale. M-O-R-A-L. Morale.
I'm sorry, Merrill is M-O-R-A-L-E.
Okay, number 5 will be the alternate. Let's give her a round of applause. Mrs. Rothmeyer, we want to catch a name here as well for our alternate. And I'm going to turn it back to Mr. Klippel. For the boys and girls up there right now, for the crowd, let's give them a round of applause. We have our 3 finalists right here. And they are the 3 who are going to be representing the Merrill Area Public School and actually the Merrill Area District in the Regional Spelling Bee. And at this point then we're going to begin round play. I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Klippel because the rules do change now. We are going to begin round play. This is for bragging rights now for our top 3 spellers. Mr. Klippel?
When the competition is down to the 3 spellers, round play will begin. If no spellers in a round spell their words correctly, all spellers in that round remain in the competition and a new round begins. If 2 spellers in a round spell their words correctly, then those 2 continue in competition. The person who did not spell their word correctly finishes in 3rd place. If 1 speller in a round spells correctly, a new word round begins. If that speller spells the championship word correctly, that speller is the champion. If that speller is wrong, a new round begins with all the spellers from the previous round spelling again. The spelling bee is over and a champion is declared when there is only 1 speller left in a round and that speller has spelled the championship word correctly. The 2nd and 3rd place tiebreaker should be necessary is based on their seed from the written round. Okay? So if you spell a word wrong, don't go in the audience, go back to your seat up here because we have to see if all the other spellers are still in the competition.
Okay, and we are going to go back to number 10. We'll go in the order with the seats because this is the beginning of round play. Again, all 3 of the students up here, they will be advancing. And this is round play. Even if you spell the word incorrectly, you will stay seated on the chair until the round is complete. Hence the term round play. Speller number 10 is now ready.
Okay, just to clarify, Mr. Byers, so we didn't have to have every speller spell the same number of words to get this far?
That is correct. We're going to go right like we did last year and back to the seeding. And that's part of the reason why we have the seeds.
Okay, all right. 135, correct? Is that where you? Disarray. Rory's frantic search for his ringing cell phone left his room in disarray. Disarray.
Disarray. D-I-S-A-R-R-A-Y. Disarray.
Speller number 8.
Talisman. Vern showed us his rabbit's foot, which he claimed was an effective talisman.
Can you repeat the word again?
Talisman? A noun?
Talisman. T-A-L-L-E-S-M-A-N.
That is incorrect. T-A-L-I-S-M-A-N.
Contestant number 4.
Ailment. After waking up with a sore throat, Talia had some tea to soothe her ailment. Ailment.
Ailment. A-I-L-M-E-N-T. Ailment.
Okay, that concludes round 1. For the judges, did we have 3 contestants spell the words correctly? Okay, contestant number 8, I believe, was incorrect. You are the 3rd place participant here for the competition. Let's give number 8 a round of applause. And you can have a seat now back in the auditorium. Congratulations to you. And we'll go back to number 10. We'll be at the mic. This will be round number 2. We have 2 spellers remaining.
Infamous. Al Capone was an infamous Chicago gangster. Infamous.
Infamous. I-M-F-A-M-O-U-S. Infamous.
Do you want him to repeat?
Okay. Infamous. I-M-F-A-M-O-U-S. Infamous.
I'm sorry, infamous, I-N-F-A-M-O-U-S.
Case 10, we'll have you stay up there. Number 4. No, you can have your seat, I'm sorry. Number 4, up to the microphone. We're still in round play.
Down. That's a lot to remember, I bet. Duplicity. A spy must be capable of constant duplicity. Duplicity.
Duplicity. D-U-P-L-I-C-I-T-Y. Duplicity.
Okay, in that round, I believe number 4 had it correct, number 10 was incorrect. So this would be our first championship word. If one speller in a round spells correctly, a new one-word round begins. If that speller, contestant number 4 in this situation, spells this next championship word correctly, that speller is the champion. If he is wrong, a new round begins with everyone in this round, the 2 gentlemen here. So contestant number 4, you can go to the microphone. And this is a championship word.
Infringe. A person's rights end when they begin to infringe on the rights of others. Infringe.
Infringe. I-N-F-R-I-N-G-E. Infringe.
That's correct.
Congratulations to contestant number 4 and contestant number 10. We would ask at this time, we would like all 25 students, we're going to have some picture moments here. We'll need pictures of the 25. First, we'll get all 25, then the top 10, then the top 4, and we'll do names here as well at the end for the awards. So don't go anywhere just yet.